Hey guys, it's right around 7 p.m. or so on Saturday, June 4th, and I just spent a couple of hours removing shower curtains and sheets that I hang up on the walls of my bathroom for privacy because every single time I try to use the toilet or the shower in this bathroom, I get aggressively harassed by the resident of 78 whose bathroom is right behind that wall right there. So the wall of the bathroom of 78 is right on the other side of this wall right here. And whenever I try to use my toilet, the resident of 78 that's always sitting directly behind that wall starts aggressively smacking the wall right behind my toilet whenever I physically try to sit on it. So I've actually hung up sheets to cover toilet area, to cover the shower walls, because it also happens when I try to take a shower. And I have literally just hung up a whole set of brand new untouched sheets in this bathroom. And I just tried to use the toilet 30 minutes ago, thinking I was completely, that this was a private space and nobody could see what I was doing. And all of a sudden, the residents directly next door and below started getting really physically violent and agitated, slamming doors, making banging noises, blowing marijuana fumes. And I could not figure out how they can still see and respond to what I do in this bathroom. Obviously, they can, because it wouldn't happen only when I physically sat on the toilet. It would happen all the time. If they were just randomly being rowdy and loud, it would be happening all the time. But it was completely silent this whole entire afternoon in the neighboring units until I physically sat on this toilet after having covered up all of the areas and spots in this bathroom that I could possibly cover up to have some kind of privacy. So as soon as I sat on that toilet right there that you're seeing, boom, all of a sudden just massive aggressive behavior from the residents of the neighboring units. So they can see what I'm doing. Even though these are brand new sheets straight out of the package, brand new shower curtains covering the shower, I've covered up everything. So how can they still see what I'm doing? They use microdot devices that are tiny little dots that are smaller than the head of this nail. And I use these big nails to nail things to the wall. And these nails, I keep reusing them. So I've had them for like a year. So whoever keeps managing to break and enter into my apartment when I'm not home, obviously they can pick a lock because the door doesn't get broken down. Somebody is able to open the lock to my door, come in here when I'm out, and they place little tiny microdot surveillance devices in really random spots. And I couldn't figure out how they can see what I'm doing in this bathroom today. They're putting them on the nails. Duh, look, this nail is sticking out. It's not a new nail, but the shower curtain is new, so there can't possibly be anything on the curtain. There can't possibly be anything on this shower curtain. They're straight out of the package. So how can people still see what I'm doing in this bathroom? And how do they manage to respond to one specific activity that I do in this bathroom and not any other activity? Because the nails that I'm using to nail the shower curtains and sheets to the wall have some kind of tiny little microdot surveillance device on them. It's like a Trojan horse. There's got to be something on the nails. So I've started covering up the nails. But you have to be able to think outside the box to figure these things out. Interestingly enough, as soon as I started covering up the nails with tinfoil, so I've covered up this nail right here. I've covered up, this nail right here. There's another nail up here that I should probably cover as well. And I've written the date of these curtains on the curtains so I know when I put them up. As soon as I started covering up these nails, the resident whose unit is on the other side of this wall and whose bathroom is on the other side of this wall suddenly started smacking and banging this wall right here. She likes to smack and bang the wall when she can see what I'm doing and when she wants me to know that she has some kind of knowledge of what I'm doing in this bathroom. So she only smacks and bangs the wall when I'm doing certain activities but not others. And I knew I was onto something when as soon as I started covering up these nails, she started becoming violent and aggressive on the other side of that wall right there after having been completely silent all afternoon. And the only noise she made before that was when I physically sat on my toilet. So the smacking and banging that comes from the bathroom of 78, where there is a known psychopath who's also a cyber criminal, who also seems to be pretty good at breaking and entering and using surveillance devices, she only smacked the wall today when I physically sat on the toilet for the first time, and when I started covering up these nails, because I suspect there's some type of device, little tiny microdot surveillance device on some of these nails that allows people to still be able to see or have knowledge of what I do in this bathroom. And again, that's why I got aggressively harassed at around 6:30 p.m. as soon as I physically sat on my toilet after everything around me having been completely quiet all afternoon. So you do have to be able to think outside of the box, and I have no way of knowing for sure, but I do suspect that the surveillance microdot devices that somebody keeps putting in this bathroom are actually being placed on the nails that I keep reusing, and that's why I just got harassed as I sat on my toilet. Even though all of these sheets are brand new, there's no possible way there could possibly be anything on the sheets, but the nails that I'm using I've had them for a year, so it's possible there's something on the nails. That's all I'm saying.